Steelers have finally hired the offensive coordinator, and they hired Bill Lazor. I'm gonna say that one more time. They hired Bill fucking Lazor. I am so annoyed by this because this just seems like a waste of a year again, a waste of an off season, and it starts off with us hiring someone who is just a part of Nagy's crew. So what people don't know is that Bill Lazor was unofficially a part of the Bills staff during our preseason. He helped with some play design. He did some consulting work. So he's very familiar with our staff, very familiar with our building. Which leads me to say that he is slightly responsible for just as much of the bullshit our offensive side of the ball has done in 2019 and roughly 2018. Because 2018 was just a bunch of trick plays and a whole league being unfamiliar with Matt Nagy. So Bob Lazor is our offensive coordinator, and I don't want to hear anybody give me any optimistic or glasses half full commentary on this guy, because he's just a buddy. He's a friend. This in no way helps our team. Matt Nagy didn't at all shoot for the fences. Yeah, they say he thought Pat Shurmur was our offensive coordinator, but he wouldn't give up play calling ability. Why would Shurmur come here and he can't call his own plays or put his name next to an offense that he's in control of? Who in their right mind would be our offensive coordinator? Especially not anybody competent. We didn't swing for the fences and try to get Jay Gruden. We waited too late for Matt Kafka. Matt Kafka wouldn't have been much of an upgrade from Bill Lazor, but still, anybody who has intimate knowledge of that Chiefs system, not the shit Nagy runs, the real Chiefs system, I want in our building. Because as we saw last week, or this past weekend, Andy Reid is evolving as a play caller. His pass game is nasty. His concepts, his unofficial pick plays, it's just things of beauty. And I'm starting to believe, or starting to understand, that Matt Nagy might not be capable of the type of creativity that Andy Reid has. No one is, let's be honest. There are very few offensive minds as great as Andy Reid. But here we are in Chicago having to deal with fucking Bill Lazor. So let's go over a bit of his history. Bill Lazor's 47. He was hired as the Cincinnati Bengals quarterbacks coach in 2016, I believe. That same year, he ended up being their offensive coordinator. And then the following year, he was the full-time offensive coordinator. Let me read here. I think the offense that year was ranked 17. Then in 2014, it was ranked, I want to say, no, I'm sorry. 2013, it was ranked 17th. And then when he moved on to Miami to be their offensive coordinator, their offense was ranked 22nd. So obviously he's not great. He's not that great of the offensive coordinator, because I'm seeing bottom 15 type of offenses. And say what you want about the Cincinnati Bengals, but they have a competent quarterback in Andy Dalton. They had pretty good weapons that year. He was the offensive coordinator, so there is no real excuse. So if he's not going to be calling plays, he'll be in charge of play design, and unofficially, he'll be a highly touted or a souped-up quarterback coach, which I'm easily annoyed by. Because if that's the case, then why is Ragone still on his staff? He clearly didn't do his job. Mitch doesn't know how to read defenses. So we bring in someone who won't be designing plays, who doesn't officially have the title of calling plays, but we're going to bring him in to do what? Be an offensive coordinator / quarterback coach. So what is Ragone? Just a babysitter? He's Mitch Trubisky's pacifier. That's what he is. The only bright side I can see about this hiring is that we have a coach in the building who has intimate knowledge and a pretty good relationship with two quarterbacks that I think the Bears should kick the tires on when it comes to free agency. And that's Andy Dalton and that's A.J. McCarron. Now, Andy Dalton and A.J. McCarron are not top-tier quarterbacks, especially Andy Dalton anymore, but they are better than what we have in Mitch Trubisky. So I'm very, very, very excited that there's a possibility that we might get either or those two to compete or push our current bust of a quarterback. And after watching all of the games from this season, I'm okay with calling Mitch Trubisky a bust because he can't read defenses. He's slow to react. He second-guesses himself on the field. He's a great athlete who doesn't take advantage of his athleticism. And he's not very durable. Yes, he played hurt this year, but he gets hurt a lot. This is the second year in a row where he's missed time because of injury. I know the first one was freakish, but to me, he's not doing the things he needs to do to keep himself healthy if he's going to be the type of quarterback he is. So the Bears got lazy. They went for the easy answer. They tried for Pat Shurmur. They didn't get him because Matt Nagy is a stubborn asshole. And that could be the end, or that could be the beginning, actually, of a very tiresome and annoying season. This hire right here is the exact reason why Lovie Smith was fired. Lovie Smith got fired because he kept bringing people in the building who shared his vision. He brought yes men. He brought men in the building who were afraid to bring in new ideas. And when they did come in the building, he quickly kicked them out. Because we can make an argument that Ron Rivera was our greatest defensive coordinator. He didn't last very long because he just didn't agree with Lovie's concepts. He brought a multiple teams to Chicago, but Lovie Smith was still stuck in that cover two shell, that simplistic Texas type of defense. St. Louis type of defense. Tampa Bay type of defense. What am I talking about? So Matt Nagy is officially Lovie Smith on the offense. He's bringing in people that just agree with more of what he's doing instead of finding new ideas. Jay Gruden was an easy phone call, and he would have said yes. Pat Shurmur was an easy phone call, and he was ready to say yes, but you wouldn't let him be an offensive coordinator. And that's going to be the destruction of this team. Matt Nagy will be the destruction of this team. Now, he got away with his creativity, with his bad play calling, because the league didn't quite understand what he was. But now that they figured him out, it's an easy fix. Matt Nagy is just a stylized version of Gary Crowton. The damn offensive coordinator we had in here for a year that loved the screen game from wide receivers. So this hire destroys our team. I know I'm being kind of drastic, but I'm reading the tea leaves here. If we won't be creative, if we don't take chances, if we don't challenge ourselves internally, then we can't beat the better teams. We can't beat any team. So look for the Bears to be 9-7 again, unless Ryan Pace does his Ryan Pace thing, because I actually think he's a good GM and fills this building with some ballers, some hidden gems who can produce on the field when people are not expecting them to. So we'll have to make some hard decisions, but we got to stop being lazy. And this Bill Lazor edition is horrible. This is horrible. So we'll see what the rest of the off season unfolds. I'll be working on a mock off season. It'll be out this weekend. And then I'll add a few more podcasts about just some general ideas I have about the Bears. So look forward to that. And I'll see you all later. Bless up and bear down.